Hey everyone, today's video I'm going to be showing you how to install and utilize from A to Z the AI Agent Adobe Stock Automation tool. I made a video utilizing this tool right here. I'll leave a link in the description for you to see how to use it, or see me using it rather. But today I'm going to show you how to actually use it and install it so that everybody could be on the same page. I got a few messages of people asking me, requesting for me to show how to use it. So let's get into it. So to be clear, this is the tool. I'll leave a link in the description. What the tool does, just like in this video, the first thing is after you purchase the tool, you want to download it. So let me go ahead and get rid of this page. You can see here I already have the tool downloaded. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Okay, remove from Chrome, go ahead and delete it. And so what we're going to do is this is going to be the page now where we're going to copy our license key and download the file. In my case, I went ahead and downloaded my file right here, right now. You can hit download and it will download as a zip file. We're simply going to open up that zip file and let it become a folder because we want to go ahead and use it on our website, right? So first I'm going to refresh my page after I deleted that tool. And you could notice that little green box at the bottom disappeared on my screen. Well, there's a reason for that, because when you properly finish the installation of a tool, you're going to see that little green box on the bottom of your screen. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to upload the tool. Okay, so we're going to go over here to Manage Extensions. We're going to make sure developer mode is on. Okay, we're going to go to here to our Finder. In my case, I'm using Finder, but you use your own file system. And I'm just going to simply drag and drop the folder of the tool to my computer. If for some reason you can't drag and drop, just hit the Load Unpacked button, locate the file, you'll be fine. All right. So now we actually have the tool in our browser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it to my browser so I can always access it. And this is the tool right here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go to the page. And we're going to add that very license key that we copied, that I told you guys to copy. So we copy it, we paste it, and we hit login. Now, in my case, I had it blurred when I copy and pasted the license key, but once you log in, you'll be fine. So now what we have to do is we have to add our API key. Our API key comes from OpenAI. I have a separate video on how to do that. I'll leave a link in the description on how to get an OpenAI key. And you have to sign up to OpenAI. You have to have a credit card on file. You have to make sure it works. Okay. Once you get that all set up, then the tool will be able to work. Okay, so take care of that first. Get your OpenAI key, okay, and I'm going to just paste it right here in this section. Hit Save API Key. It says API Key Saved. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of the tool and I'm going to refresh my page. So for those who don't know how to refresh, very, very simple. Okay, you could hold Control on your computer, hit Reload. You can go to your browser on the top screen here, and there's this little arrow here that's like a circular type arrow. It says reload this page. You just simply hit reload this page, and you're going to notice a green box on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. This green box is what we call the script initializer. So notice what it says here. It says content script initialized, ready for commands. So this is how the AI agent is going to work. So right now, if I click on this button right here, this image, notice what it says. It says user selected image 10, and it gives me a whole address for that image. Okay, if I select this one, it will say user selected image 3. If I select this one, user image selected number 33. Okay, so it's basically telling me everything that's going on. So what I'm going to do now is, remember, I already have my API key saved. All I have to do is hit start now, and this thing is going to start rolling. So once again, after you add your API key, you're going to hit refresh. You're going to refresh your page. Most important thing, okay, because I already got a couple messages on this. We're going to click that first image. Okay, you got to click that first image. Look what it says. It says user selected image 0, and it shows what image it is. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to open up the tool and just hit start, just like that. And now you can see here, okay, over time, it's going to start adding keywords here and then the title. And then once it does that, it's going to go to the next image. Okay, keywords here in the tag section, and then the title. And then it's going to go to the next image, keywords on the bottom, and then on the title, next image, and so on and so forth. It's going to keep doing that. And while I talk to you guys and explain things here, I'll just let it work behind in the background so you could just see how it works. But it works very simply, okay? It hits that keywords, then it goes to the title every time, all right? And this tool is very, very easy to operate, number one. Number two, very simple to use. No issues, really. But you have to be able to refresh it, because what happens is on every single page, it has to reinitialize, okay? It's basically kind of installing its instance on that page, because it has to know where to go, what to target, etc. And you could already see here, it's already completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 images that it has tagged, and it has titled better than me. Are there certain times where it may not necessarily tag or title an image, maybe because it doesn't understand, the AI doesn't understand what exactly may be going on in the image? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. What we're using OpenAI's engine to figure out what's going on in the image, and we're giving it a specific set of instructions to go ahead and do so with the image, tag and title it properly. Okay, so you could see everything that's going on here. You don't want to sit around and click around on the screen, because that's going to conflict with how the AI agent is performing on the screen. Okay, so when you're doing this, you can open up a different browser and utilize that browser. You can even drag one of these tabs out and use that tab, as opposed to, kind of clicking around. You could also see how there's variations, by the way, in the number of tags that are being. If you're ever clicking around and things get messed up while this thing is working, the first thing you want to do is hit that Save Work button on the bottom of the screen so you don't lose your progress. After you hit Save Work, then you go ahead and stop the tool. So you go up to the Chrome extension, right? You hit stop, you refresh your page, you start it all over again. But when you refresh, you select the right image to start off on the next basis, okay? Refreshing it always resets it, which is very good. Now, here's the thing. Some photos can take longer than others to process. Okay, so just because an image is sitting there for 5, 10, 20, 25 seconds, sometimes 10 seconds, whatever, doesn't mean that there's something wrong all the time. Like, for example, on one of the French fry pictures, it took like a good 30 seconds for it to get the keywords. Sometimes it does that. These engines, they work a little bit different. So keep that in mind. It's not the end of the world if something takes a little bit longer. But essentially, in a perfect world, you would set it up, you'd walk away, it'd finish its 100, you come back, next page, and so on. Now, my personal recommendations when using this tool, guys, is you create thousands of images, thousands and thousands and thousands of images. You upload them, okay, after they're all created. You upload them, you upload them. Sorry, I was confused as to what was the next photo that it was doing in the process. After you finish uploading, first off, let me hit Save Work here, and let me stop it, because clearly it's running more than one automation at once. That's why it keeps going back to the same thing here. But once I hit stop, it will hit stop, and I want you guys to see this. Okay, it says process is not running, stopped by user. I'm going to refresh my page. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to say save work. Okay, there we go. We saved all our work. All right, everything is saved. And what are we, like a third of the way through? Okay, I'm going to hit refresh here. I'm going to reload my page. I'm going to scroll down to the image where we left off at, which for me is going to be right here. That's image number 34. Okay, now the reason why it stopped once again is because I clicked on a different image while I was doing the work, and then I stopped it, and then I reran it, and it kind of ran a whole new process. So I didn't refresh properly, and it was running two automations at once, which is not good. So I'm going to restart it, hit start. Okay, now notice where it's going to start from. It's going to start from the image where I left it off at, or I selected, because that's what I selected it at. If I leave it to start a select at a certain image, like image number 35, and it goes back to image 2 or image 12 or whatever, that means I didn't refresh properly. So remember that refresh is always going to set things up. Now, this is a complicated tool. There's a lot to it, okay, but it's very simple for us to use. It's a very complicated engine that's running this. So what you got to realize is that these engines, kind of managed by AI, they know what they're doing, but they need to take their time. And at the end of the day, this is much, much faster than something that me or you could do, okay? So this tagging is going to save us time, money, and effort. And to put things into consideration, if I hired somebody to just sit down, tag, and title, the first thing I'm going to have as a mindset idea is, does the person speak English so well to the point where they can spell properly, have proper grammar, maybe add the right keywords, right? And then add a variety of keywords that relate to the image. That's the first thing. The second thing is budget. That individual might cost me $300, $400, $500, $600 a month, depending on what country they're coming from. And also, on top of that, when they work for me, I want to make sure that they could do good enough of a job. For this tool, I could pay $50 a month, and I don't have to worry about any of those concerns, right? So it covers all of that, and I could work it infinity amount of time. Now, back to what I was saying earlier. When you're doing this, okay, and by the way, look how smoothly it's working now, because I'm not clicking around, scrolling around, or anything like that. Very simple. But when you're doing this, using this tool, what did I say earlier? I said upload thousands of images. Once you get that out of the way, then go through, tag everything. Now, when I say tag, I really mean run the tool, okay? So tag and title. Once everything is tag and title, all thousands of your images, you can then start selecting what images you're going to publish. Because if you look, just because it's tagged and titled doesn't mean it's ready for publishing. I still have to select if the image is an illustration or not. I have to select what type of image, if it's recognizable property or not, or if it's generated by AI or not. That's important. So a lot of people say, well, I have thousands of images, which ones do I publish? Remember what we said, we want variety, right? We want variety with the images that you publish. So for me, for example, I might select from that pink cupcake, the last image on the pink cupcake, all the way to the first plum, right? Or the second plum, sorry, the second set of plums as an image. I might select those 4 or 5 images to be published, right? Then I might scroll down and select some of the cats and t-shirts and figs and all these kind of other photos to publish. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because, remember, just because we're using such a powerful tool that can tag and title everything doesn't mean we can publish everything at once. We can't, right? There's limits on the account. So like this account, for example, the most I can publish or submit for publishing is about 500, I believe, in one images, something like that, at once. And this is a smaller account, right? So this account, I believe, has 3,000 something images. This is the account that I mentioned to the members that I was starting, restarting, brand new kind of thing, and I kind of wanted to document the progress. So here we are, kind of talking about this right now. So variation is important, and just because they're all tagged and titled on the same day doesn't mean they're all going to be submitted together. You see what I'm saying? So pay attention to that. Now, once again, if there's not too much commotion going on your screen, everything's going to go flow perfectly fine. But as soon as you start clicking around, as soon as you start scrolling around, things are going to go left real quick, right? And if they do, for whatever reason, you save your work. That's the first thing you do. You hit stop on the app. You refresh the page entirely, okay? Even refresh twice if you need to. Then select the image where you want to leave off at. Then you start. So for example, I'm going to do this right here, right now, live, okay? We're going to stop. We're going to save our work first off, okay? Notice how many images it completed, okay? I'm going to go up to the app and I'm going to hit stop, just like that. I'm going to hit stop, okay? Now, what does it say? It says, finished image 75, processing stopped by user, processing is not running. So if I hit stop again, what is it going to say? It's going to say processing is not running. So there's no processing running, right? So the last thing that happened was this image. I'm going to hit save work real quick just to get that work saved. I'm going to refresh my page. That was image number 75, okay? That was last completed. I've refreshed. I'm going to scroll down, okay? I'm going to scroll down to that image, which is right here, number 76, which is the next one. And remember, I refreshed, right? I'm going to go to the image. I'm going to hit start, okay? and I'm just going to let it be. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and you can see it's adding my keywords, it's adding my titles, each and every image, and it's just going simply to the next image at a time. There was one time where the image took too long to tag, and I sat there, I got frustrated for a second, and I clicked off on another image. Then next thing you know, it was ready to paste the keywords and the tags for that initial image, but it pasted it in the second image. Then everything was jacked up, right? So everything was going left in that case. So once again, with this, you want to take your time with this. Okay, you just set it up, you let it be. That's the best case scenario for this. And this could be ran on any kind of computer. You don't need like a crazy strong, hardware device. You don't need that. Anything simple on a computer, very, very simple, easy to use. All right, so you could see here, we're going to finish this out. We're going to finish out the rest of the 100 here live, but it's done a phenomenal job. It's tagged all kinds of keywords, and it's tagged some with 45 tags, some 44, even some 40, 42, right? So it's got that variation, got that variety, but adding the right keywords, titling properly, giving us the best results we can get with our business here with stock photography. Now, some people ask me, oh, do you check over the keywords? Do you do? Absolutely not. There's no reason for me to. That's spending unnecessary time. The AI is going to do a good job with it. That's what it does. That's what it's programmed to do. I'm not going to sit there and check over it in my production mode. Now, when I was testing this app for the first couple times, sure, I looked at it. But after that, I don't really need to pay attention, okay? Especially if the images are very clear as to what they are. So like, for example, this is an apple. Everybody knows it's an apple. When I look at the keywords, it will say apple, cartoon, things like that. It's obvious. If the image is not so obvious, that's a different story. And really, you should be processing your image generation in that case and just have better image prompts to be created in that case, because that would hold you back. But like, for example, this image, that's on the screen. It said cartoon, things like that. So just getting a glimpse of it, I know that it's all right. All right, it will be perfectly fine. Here we are on our last image, okay, which is these pictures of these hats, okay, and it's complete. All right, so look at the bottom. It says finished image 99, all images processed. I'll hit save work. Once again, save work. Always hit save work, okay, and then hit stop. Okay, you want to make sure you hit stop towards the end, and then let's go ahead and refresh, and let's take a look. So when I was clicking around, I was fooling around. There was an image here. I believe it was the donkey images. Yep. That has no tags because it was all jacked up. And I'm not sure what happened here. I took the image, or I took the settings of a different image and it pasted it here, and that's where things, once again, went left. So that's why it's important to pay attention to how the tool works and not get too, quick with it, because then it will cause some issues. But all these images are taken care of. Now watch this. If I really want to submit all these in one shot, pretty much, I can highlight all of them, click no unrecognizable, using generated AI photos, replace photos with illustrations, okay, and just hit save here. All right. Now, if we look here, we have 98 photos ready to be submitted. See how quick that was? Very, very quick. Now, I'm not going to submit them here. At least not now, because I just don't want to go through that process right now. I think I want to run the tool over just so that people can't find this account necessarily, but you get the point, right? You can see everything that is ready to go. So if I click on this image, for example, okay, and we just take a quick look. File type, illustration, okay? Culture and religion. What's culture? Halloween, okay? So that's good because it's pumpkins. Which is fine. I don't really edit this part anyway. Created using generative AI tools, yes. Recognizable property, no. Funny cartoon pumpkin, expressive facial emotions for a whimsical Halloween artwork. Now let me ask you, could you title it like this? I know I can't. I don't have the mental capacity to sit there through hundreds of images and do this, much less 10 or 5 or 20. I couldn't do this, right? Pumpkin, emotions, expression, cartoon, funny, angry, frustrated, Halloween, illustration, character, face, creative, design, colorful, facial expressions, artwork, etc. I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing, but you can kind of see. Okay, I see a keyword here, mood board. I didn't think of mood board, but hey, that's a phenomenal keyword here in this list. But that's an example, and I could submit this very image, right? So you get an example here of all these different kinds of images, okay? And they're all taken care of through the tool, all right? And like I said, now you know how to use it. But that's it. That's it, guys. It's that simple, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you soon. Peace out. Bye.